For this, we are going to use the ellipse tool. I'm going to draw an ellipse. It doesn't matter if it is a perfect circle, just draw an ellipse. Now I am going to click on the gradient tool, which is right here. I will then click on my ellipse, and you can see it has added a white color and a black color, and there's this diamond in between. This allows me to move between the black and the white. I can drag on the circle, and what it's doing is it's telling it from this point it's going to be black going to white. From this point it's just black. Now I can change this to different colors and different settings. First, I can double click on it and a color will come up. But for more details, I like to come over here to my properties. I click on the three dots, and with the three dots I can have more control over this. For example, right here I can change the angle. If I want it to be 90 degrees, 150 degrees, I can go through and I can change it. I can also change it to a radial gradient, and here you can see you have the center color and you have the outer color. I can move these further or closer apart. I can also move and change the shape of my gradient. So you can click and drag on different parts to create a different way that your gradient works. So with the gradient, I can start exploring different settings. Maybe I want to make this, I'm going to double click, and I want to make it more of a bright yellow color, and I want to have it go to an orange. And I can drag this. If I would like an additional color, I just move my cursor, so there's a plus sign, and I can come up with another color that I want. And so I can adjust how these colors work just by dragging them. I can even change where they are found. So it takes a lot of adjustments to see what you want your gradient to look like. And so I have this gradient. I can click, I can move it around, I can change it, so I can experiment with my gradient. Then I can move this shape around. Let's say I just move it down here near the bottom. I'm going to add another gradient in. This time I am going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to have the rectangle cover the entire screen. You can see the rectangle is taking the previous gradient. I'm just going to hit the default fill and stroke. I'm going to go to my gradient tool, and I'm going to select this. It again brings back the previous settings from the gradient tool. I'm going to choose a linear gradient. I'm going to come here to the settings. I'm going to get rid of some of these colors just by dragging them down. I want this gradient to be 90 degrees. So you can see it goes up and down. I am trying to match it to this color a little bit, so I think I'm going to drag and swap out these colors here. So I have this orange similar to the orange back here. In fact, let me move this behind the other one. So if I right click on it, make sure I'm selected on my selection tool, right click, arrange, send to back. You can see I have this shape here. With my gradient up here, I want to make it look more like a night sky. So I have this selected. I go to edit gradient in my properties. I'm going to click on these three dots. I'm going to bring the color down here. And as the sun sets, the sky gets a little darker. So I'm going to add a plus here. I'm going to double click. I'm going to choose a darker blue color. And I want these a little bit closer down here. And as the sun goes down, it gets darker even more. So I'm going to come over here, add a plus sign. I'm going to double click, and I'm going to make my blue a bit darker. And there you can see, with a few clicks, I can create this gradient of different colors. I'm going to select my circle, and I'm going to remove the stroke. So there you can see.